Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. We're out for a drive this morning. What are we going to talk about? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about calculatus eliminatus. Let me straighten the deal right quick here. Calculatus eliminatus. As you know, if you want to find out where something is, first you got to find out where it ain't. All right. And so what I have done here in Capitan for the past few months is find out where things aren't. All right. As far as building a home, for me right now, that is out, okay, in Capitan. And as far as buying a manufactured home, having it delivered and set up in Capitan, for me is cost prohibitive. I think they're overpriced. I think everything they do is overpriced there. But be that as it may, next step, what else? Get the tiny home built, the 10 by 24, by the guy that lives off Highway 37, and go with that. Well, the city is not going to like that at all right? Why? Because it doesn't have any real specs, you know what I mean? He's just kind of building those things to put on his RV park. He's out in the county and he can do that. In the city, they've got ordinances that require certain things for plumbing and electric and, you know, insulation and all kind of stuff, and that would be almost insurmountable without a lot of additional cost, possibly. In fact, it could just create more headaches than I need. So, you know, that's three options right there, kind of burned up. But they're, you know, they're not totally out. I mean, somebody other than me could come in there and make those things work. It's just for me, I really don't want to fool with the frustration of having to deal with the bureaucracy and or contractors and subs and stuff and getting stuff done. So that's enough said about that. So anyway, that chapter of me building a home or whatever and living full-time in Capitan is kind of closing. And for another reason too, the winters, I think, I'm not going to say because I don't know for sure, I've never been here in the winter, but I've talked to a number of people that are up here from Texas, and yeah, you know, they'll tell you that it does get cold here, colder than most parts of Texas in the winter. And, you know, does that really bother me? Well, I can't say for sure because, again, I haven't done it, but the one thing I've noticed about me growing older is I am more tolerant of heat than I am of cold, okay? So what I may do is just continue what I'm doing until I can't do it. You know, I think that's an option that I have always had, you know, that option of doing nothing or changing nothing and just continuing the direction that I'm going now, which means come here in April or May each year, stay a few months, and then go back to Texas and then travel along the way, coming and going. You know, make it a 2 or 3 week trip coming and going, and there's something to be said for that. And you know, the thing that I really am having difficulty giving up, and it's like a heroin addict, I guess. You know, I am RV institutionalized, as most of you know. Giving up that small space where everything is just super handy, and then being able to crank that motor up and go anytime I want to, anywhere I want to, virtually. Not virtually, but really. And that's hard for me to give up, man, because I was thinking about, you know, I made an offer on that property again over by Capitan, or excuse me, Carrizozo, out there on that, what do they call it? Villa del Sol, or whatever it is. Anyway, it's got some beautiful views, but anyway, the deal fell through. I mean, it fell through right away. They changed their mind on everything, and that was the end of that. And you know, there's other places over there, other options, and I could do a lot of things. But just so you know, and that way you won't have to worry about sending me emails and stuff related to tiny homes, or you know, moving tiny homes and stuff like that. Even though I appreciate your input, it's no longer needed at this point, because what I've chosen to do now, and again, I could change my mind very quickly if something came along that would work. But right now, today, July the 26th, or whatever it happens to be, 2022, my direction is to continue with the Class C motorhome, tow my vehicle with the tow thing I've got, and just go traveling whenever the hell I want to. In fact, I may take a trip here in the next few days, even though it's a little warm in the places I'm going. I just thought I'd go see do, and we will do that. And just continue that for as long as I can, man. I mean, even though I do go back quite often to places I've been before, and some of you say, well, why don't you go someplace new? Well, that's good and easy to say. Why don't you do it? Okay? If you want to go someplace new, you do it. Because I like to have, and I've said this before in many videos, I like to have water, electric, and a good internet access, because that makes my life work for me. Taking a hot shower in the shower is not bad, okay? And being able to watch something on YouTube when you've kind of run out of other things to do. You've read everything that had print on it. Isn't this a pretty view right here, though? And that's what traveling's all about. I'm just cruising this morning in my Chevy Spark, getting 47.3 miles to the gallon. I've got 4,349 miles on my 2022 Chevy Spark. It's got a whopping 98 horsepower. It's also automatic, or it's actually CVT. And is it CVT? I guess. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, it works. So why am I going over here this morning? I'm just taking a drive mainly, but while I was here, I thought I'd just check on a few things, and I will get some gasoline too, because it's 50 cents a gallon cheaper over here even. And it would be if I needed 6 gallons of gas, it would be a total break even to come over here, the cost of the miles to and from. So, but I'm not trying to cost justify my life anymore. I've done that for many years. I'm an OX CPA bean counter type, and everything was, quote, cost justified. You get used to doing that, and it's kind of hard to break away from it, because I did it for 20 plus years. And budgets I still do budgets. I still do that. And I still make lists. But those two things right there, if you want, make a friend of paper and pen, know where you are financially. There's nothing wrong with that. No, that'll keep you going. And knowing that your numbers is good. And when I say know your numbers, I mean know your budget. Have it locked in your mind. Okay, my outgo is X number of dollars per month. Divide that by 30. And you'll know exactly what you got going out every day, okay? And if your income doesn't exceed that average per day, then you're digging a grave, a financial boneyard, and you're going to start living off credit, and you're really digging in. You got a backhoe then. Yeah, when you start using credit to live on, yeah. But have I ever done it? Shit, yeah. Yeah. Led right straight to a bankruptcy in 1990, whatever it was. Was it 1989 or 90? It was right after my 17,000th divorce, seems like. But yeah. But be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful day here. Right now, the temperature is 70 degrees. It'll be about 4 degrees warmer when we get to Carrizozo. We'll let this run all the way to the little Allsup's gas station, where I can get gasoline for 50 cents a gallon less, and I can also go in and get me my soda water mix of Big Red and Diet Dr. Pepper for $1. Pow. Is that good? Hell yeah. I mainly just get it for the ice, but the thing about that is they charge you $1 for a refill, and a cup of ice is 75 cents. So hell, why not, huh? Go all in. But this is a beautiful view. I like the high desert. Around Elephant Butte, near Truth or Consequences, there's a state park there I like. There's also a lake not too far from Elephant Butte, another state park. There's actually 3 state parks right there within 40 miles or 50 miles. And a lot of people just make the loop, But yeah, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do a little trip. I just enjoy. Is it expensive? The most expensive part of traveling, of course, for me in the motorhome is the gasoline, because I get 10 miles to the gallon at $4 a gallon. That's 40 cents a mile, and if I go an average of 300 miles in a month, that's $120. Is that bad? No, because I budget whenever I'm full-time traveling on the road. My budget for gasoline in the Class C motorhome is $300 a month and $300 a month for camping. And can I do that? Hell, I've done it for 25 years. It ain't changed now. You know, because every now and then I'll go somewhere where it's free. You know, I'll go to a BLM maybe for a day or two. And that really cuts the price. And if you have the New Mexico State Park Pass, hell, you're in good shape. And you can go to other states too. The downside of it is, you know, Utah, Arizona, California, their state parks are pretty expensive. And they don't have any special deals. And they don't have that many state parks anyway. California does, of course, but here we are getting near the Valley del Sol, the property on the right up here where there's lots for sale. And somebody asked me what the price per acre is there. It varies, but depending on location and size. But if you buy a small tract, 3 acres, that's the minimum. That's the smallest tract they have. 3 acres. 3 acres is going to cost you anywhere from, if you, on the very low end would be $10,000, on the upper end would be $30,000. Okay, and everywhere in between, depending on location, and if they've made any improvements at all. Because all the utilities are, I say, water and electric are available at every lot in that subdivision, every single lot. Super fast internet, you know, they got DSL line there, so you wouldn't have any problem with that. Water, whenever you hook up to the water, they'll charge you for water and trash, which I think is about $40 a month, which is below average. As far as electric, it's Otero Electric, and whatever you're gonna be charged a $40 a month availability fee, whether you use any electricity or not. So, you know, bear that in mind. And that's not, any co-op, or most co-ops, I'm going to say all, have an availability fee. In other words, they're not going to put a meter there and charge you nothing per month. It ain't going to happen. Now, could you go with solar? Sure. But bear in mind that running an air conditioner, because you'll need it out here in the summers, sure, but running an air conditioner or heaters, electric, is going to be expensive. Now you can go stay with propane, and but that's not that much cheaper than electric now. So moving right along here, guys. Old Rusty's probably going to get on the road again, just like I'm doing now. I really enjoy it, you know, just the fact that I'm free to do it. You know, I didn't build me a coffin or an anchor in Capitan, New Mexico. All right, and that's the way I was looking at it. You know, you're just building your own coffin. You know, because if you give up traveling and staying active and looking forward to the adventure of life, then the Grim Reaper will start hanging out right at your front door, or at least mine. That's the way I feel. Now, for you, it's totally different. Everybody is different. Remember that. You know, I've got this saying, I do me, you do you, and a lot of people make, you know, fun of it. But, you know, I could change it to I be me, you be you. You know what I mean? But it works. It means I'm my little universe, you're your little universe. We may not agree on a damn thing, but that's life. That's what all the people say. Riding high in April, shot down in May. On and on it goes, guys. I'm just into life now for the ride and the enjoyment. Yeah, and I forget every now. I get caught up in these loops. You know, it's like a computer program that gets caught in a loop, and it just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and it would continue to do it ad infinitum, you know, forever. But, you know, I broke out of the loop a little bit here. What really forced it to come to a head was I had to prepare information for the Planning Commission in Capitan for that tiny home I was planning on putting there, the 10 by 24 that was going to be built somewhere else and brought there and delivered and set up. And when I mentioned that to some people involved with the planning, etc., that probably wasn't going to work. No, it wasn't the size. It wasn't the size. It was the fact that they need, with manufactured homes, they have to meet HUD building requirements. And would this thing meet those requirements? Hell, finding out what they are is first problem. And then the guy that builds them, he doesn't care about that. He's building them for his own benefit mainly. So anyway, that kind of brought it to a head. And checking on single wide manufactured homes, it's all a joke. They'll have this, for example. I called a company yesterday because I hadn't given up. I thought, well, I'd run across one. It says it was $49,000, single wide, one bedroom, 14 by 40 or something like that. And it looked neat. I looked at the pictures. They had the virtual, where you could go in the rooms and stuff. And I thought, boy, this is pretty neat. Call, get a salesman on the phone. Yep, it's $49,000, but that doesn't include delivery. I said, well, how much does it cost to have it delivered and set up and everything, turnkey? He said, well, for that, between $75 and $80. All right, so you're looking at $25,000. That's crap on a stick. Now you can have it delivered by your own person that delivers manufactured homes, and a lot of people, you guys have sent me links to people that will haul things. However, you still have to have it hooked up according to city code, and those people would have to know what that is and do it properly. And I thought to myself, do I really want to fool with that? Answer, no. Enough said. Coming into Carrizozo, out here they call it Zozo. Why? Because they're too lazy to say Carrie. Zozo. But that's kind of neat though. I like that. That's good. Where do you live? Zozo. You mean yo-yo? No, I mean Zozo. So we'll be on the road again here soon, guys. Where we're going and how long we'll be on the road, I don't know. I think I'll make reservations at 2 or 3 sites for 2 or 3 nights to get started, and then whether I'll continue or not it's just contingent upon how I feel, man. Because I went over to Cochiti and I ran into the no-see-ums. It's a little hot, and anyway, I just didn't feel really comfortable there. So after a few days, I came back to Capitan to reset my mechanism and get ready to go again. But it was a little warm, and the fact that you can't sit out, because I do enjoy, like at Capitan, it's cool enough nearly every day, even now, to sit out, have a cold beer, read a book. It's okay. And I don't want to go somewhere where I'm miserable. Why would I do that? I don't know. I've done it. Trust me, I've done it. Those little no-see-ums will ruin a good trip, I promise you. Biting flies, not too bad. Put on long sleeve shirt, hat, you're okay. They don't get in your hair, but they will bite. They got little mandibles. That means like teeth. So off to the right, which you can't really see all that well, I'll turn the camera a little bit here. That is, that whole area you're seeing off to the right is part of Valley del Sol, which basically means Valley of the Sun. And it's several hundred, 1,000 acres, I guess, a few thousand acres of now vacant lots with water and electric to the property line. And it's beautiful 360 views. I've shown them to you a few times, you know. But we're getting close to the gas station. We'll shoot this horse. We'll put it out of its misery. And then I got a big old Snickers here. I got a good old big one here. I'm not going to eat all of it. This is about a 1 pound Snickers. They had them. They were $1 at the dollar store. The chocolate has probably turned white. They're so old. I didn't look at it, but who cares? When I was in the Peace Corps in Mongolia, you'd buy a Snickers, and it was so far out of date that half the chocolate had turned white. Did I eat them? Yep. Did I like them? You bet. Yeah, when you're hungry, you'll do the most interesting things. So we'll get up here to the gas station. I'll shut old Sparky down and we'll shut the video down and let you guys go back to your rat killing. I'm sure all of you are just real excited about going out and mowing the grass or doing something. But this place here, this Allsups, A-L-L-S-U-P-S, is busier, usually busier than Grand Central Station, but today it doesn't look too bad. Gasoline shows to be $3.95 a gallon here for regular unleaded, which unbelievably is a full 50 cents cheaper than 20 miles down the road that we just drove. So here I'll pull in. It's always hard to remember that the gas tank on this one is on the right side, the gas tank on the motorhome is on the left side. So, you know, that ought to do it. Back up just a hair. Anyway, guys, from Carrizozo, New Mexico now, this is Rusty78609 saying, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Carpe diem means seize the day in Latin. Adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the Amazon link in the description of all of my videos. Doesn't cost you a penny. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health, and hopefully enjoy your life. Because, you know, while you're here, you might as well enjoy it, right? Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.